We hear from folks all the time that they're saying, oh, I never had debt before the pandemic, and I took this loan, and I just wish I'd never taken this loan. But we need you to look at something. If you took the loan and your business survived the pandemic, then you're literally living, breathing proof that the program was successful. And I know it can be difficult to think that when, you got a payment coming due every month and this loan is going to go on for decades. If you took the loan in 2020, you've got 26 years or so left. I get it. But let me flip this into a positive aspect, that when you're feeling this kind of sense of overwhelm and anxiety about the loan, understand these two key concepts that I call the silver lining concept. And I say this to you as a veteran mortgage banker who put first-time buyers in houses with very little down payment for 30 years. But when I did the loan for them, I would give them an action plan for prepaying the loan, for canceling mortgage insurance, for building equity, and for using the value of the loan interest deduction against their income taxes. Well, you as a business owner can do the same thing with the COVID-19 EIDL program in two ways. Number one, remind your accountant, your tax professional, your CPA, hopefully you got a CPA, which is what we recommend all the time, and I digress. Remind them that the interest on the COVID-19 EIDL that you're paying every year is most likely tax deductible. Now, we're not tax professionals, so this is not tax advice. That's my disclaimer. I have to say that to you because I'm not an accountant. But definitely want to have a conversation and remind your accountant that this loan that you took, you're paying 3.75% interest on that loan every year, and that interest may be tax deductible. You can locate the interest you've paid in previous years and current year to date on your MySBA portal. What you do is you go to MySBA portal, and right there on the loan summary page, as you scroll down on the right-hand side, you'll see interest paid, 3.75%, or if you're a nonprofit, 2.75%, the amount of interest paid so far year to date, and interest paid in the previous year. You can also go to the drop-down menu for different years, 2023, 22, 21, etc., and see similar information. So that's one important element in creating a strategy on how you can use that tax deduction, if it is tax deductible, again, confer with your accountant, as a strategic concept to help you manage cash flow for your business. Secondly, if you have applied for the Hardship Accommodation Program, or if you have not applied, I would encourage you to do so, because I consider this program to be a gift from the United States government. And here's why. The Hardship Accommodation Program is 4 6-month periods that, if you request extensions, can be consecutive for up to 2 years. And what that program does is it reduces your monthly payment by 90% in the first 2 6-month periods, and then it reduces that by 50% in the third 6-month period, and it reduces it by 25% in the fourth 6-month period. Now, you and I both know that folks are still struggling to recover from the pandemic, from inflation issues, supply chain issues, employment issues, and instead of struggling and making yourself nuts, use the Hardship Accommodation Program as a fulcrum to leverage cash flow in your business. How do you do that? Well, if your payment, let's say you took a $500,000 loan, your payment's around $2,500 a month. With the Hardship Program, you can lower that to $250 a month, and that's for 6 months at a time for 2 periods. That means that for a full year, you can reduce those payments. And during that time, while you're making that reduced payment, you can take your cash flow and leverage it elsewhere, such as to build emergency cash reserves. All right? We've done videos on that on our other YouTube channel. You should check that out, the Simple Sense channel, because we got all kinds of great stuff over there. But again, I digress. It sounds like it's a joke, right? Yes, I know, but don't bum. Okay, but here's the thing. You know what folks focus on when I tell them to do this? They go, oh, but the interest. Oh my God, but it's building. Yes, it is true. While you're in the Hardship Accommodation Program, the interest is still accruing, and the SBA is going to tack that interest on down at the end of the loan term, either in a balloon payment or some kind of other method they're going to use to collect that interest. But folks, that's decades away. Meanwhile, all we hear from folks is how they're still struggling. Why are you in so much pain when you've got a silver lining that can help you? Number one, speak to your tax professional and maximize your deductions to improve cash flow on the bottom line. And if you don't already speak to your CPA every 3 months, start now, okay? And if your CPA is not available for you to speak to every 3 months, fire that CPA and hire somebody else. Second silver lining concept is the Hardship Accommodation Program. Use it. Use it as a leverage, as a fulcrum to maximize cash flow in your business.